me that you want to live with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll talk about it inside.
I don't want to get out.
Do what now?
I don't want to get out.
I'm sorry?
I don't want to get out.
I'm sorry. You're a child and you don't get to make all the decisions. But you need to get out now, and it's time to come home. Okay?
What's the camera for?
Oh, don't worry about it. You need to come on. I'm sorry?
I don't want to get out.
I understand, but it's no longer visitation with your father, and it's time to come home. Okay? All right? We can talk about this. I'll listen to what you have to say, but there's no way that you can just roll up and everything's fine, and you can just roll up and say, oh, I'm not going to get out of the truck. And this mama is not going to say, oh, okay, bye, kid. Bye, kid that I've raised for 14 years. See you later. I'm just not that way.
All right. How is everybody? Just thought I'd change up the intro a little bit. It makes me a little sad sometimes when I was playing that other intro with the greatest hug I ever got from little London, who's not so little anymore. And my buddies over at the pissedoffparent.com sent that to me, and I just laughed because I don't know how they do that shit. It's just funny to me. All right, how is everybody? We're going to do a check here. First, I've been meaning to do this on the other ones, but I want to get my little, where's the music? Night driving. Yeah, that's not bad. Just a little bit of a buffer. And before I get into today's topic, how's everybody's April Fool's Day? Oh my goodness, we got a lot of people here compared to usual. Life Hacks with Freya is new. GDH838, hello. Dorian Mabry, hello Dorian, hello Wicca. Hello Mr. Nicholas. All right, I'm gonna do a check. Who got your heart rate up? Did you? I need to put you in the penalty box. Did you go out and get your heart rate up for a very minimum of 15 minutes a day? I'm gonna ride your butts. Hello, Miss Dannon. Dannon is obviously working on a little surprise, and I don't even know what it is. She texted me and asked me if I got a chance, send her some voicemails that have been left to me over the years. So I thought, yeah, I thought it was going to take me longer than I did, but longer it took. But I think I wound up sending her like 20 of them over the last couple of years. Some of them are really nice and pleasant, and people just love what Parker and I did, and others hate me, So it'll be interesting to see what she's putting together. I honestly have no idea. Uh-oh, you've already got it? All right, well, I'll have to play it on the next time I'm live. And speaking of, I enjoy doing this. I really do. It is a little frustrating having 500,000 subscribers and YouTube just simply will not, for whatever reason, send out notifications to everybody. I have to pace myself. I want to do this daily. I have also figured out I've got to pace myself. If I don't pace myself, I'm going to get frustrated and I don't want to do it. And so I don't know if I'll do it more than once a week, but probably not 6 days a week. I enjoy my little day off because if I feel pressured to talk about something, I don't think I'm doing y'all any favors anyways. But today, I'm going to be talking about supplements. Not that I'm any kind of health expert, but for an old fart like myself, my birthday is next week. I'm going to be 48 years old. I look pretty damn good. I think I've got some muscles here and there, and I keep getting inundated on my my news feed about supplements. And I'm here to tell you, YouTube, this is just my opinion. not stating anything as a matter of fact, but in my opinion, the vast majority of people, if you're overweight or obese and you simply want to lose weight and get to a reasonable, what most people consider a healthy weight, where you're mobile and you feel good and you sleep good and you don't have sleep apnea, the vast majority of you absolutely do not need to waste your money unless you just want to. I'm not saying these supplements are necessarily bad, but you don't need to waste your money on any kind of supplements. It's pointless, in my opinion. And the reason that came up, we got some new people here. Life Hacks with Freya, I'm a huge fan. You help me be a better person. My mom and I don't have a good relationship, and it's kind of like how Parker and his mom were, but watching your videos makes me happy. Well, welcome, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we could help. That's part of the reason I keep that up, because I do get positive feedback from people. People have told me for years. Again, some of them hate me, and ask Dannon for whatever she's got coming up with all the hate mail that I get. But a lot of people seem to like it, and I'm glad I could help. I have no idea. Where is Mazin? I'm going to have to slap him. Obviously joking. Anyways, I'm not going to pick on anybody in particular, but I will say one person in particular, and I'll actually like this person, Alex Jones. I like Alex. He's a plethora of information. He's been around forever. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but I like the guy. I think he's a net positive force. And he's lost like 60 pounds, and it's been noticeable. And the conspiracy, since he is kind of in that conspiracy theory realm, a lot of the conspiratorial conspiracy theorists are now conspiring, are out. They're now saying that perhaps he's not even alive anymore, and he's somebody else, because he looks different. He looks great, and he's lost like 60 plus pounds. But in Alex Jones, good old Alex Jones fashion, he's got to peddle something. He's getting a lot of attention for how much weight he's lost. And again, good for him. I'm not mad at him for it. I'm not even mad at anybody for selling anything. There's nothing wrong with selling stuff. But my God, that guy, he sells everything. Supplement this, supplement that, the supplement people, they'll never directly tell you, if you want to look sexy as shit like me, buy this crap that I'm selling you. And after 30 days supply, or 60 days, or 90 days supply, you'll look like me. You'll have the results that I have. It's BS. You don't need any of that crap. I don't take anything. Like literally nothing. But I'm also not trying to compete. There is a place for some supplements, I reckon. If you are already a bodybuilder and you are getting ready for a show and you want every little tiny little ounce of boost you can get, I'm sure there's a place for it. But most of us, let's face it, we're not competing for a bodybuilding show tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or at the end of this year even. Most of us here are not power lifters. I look good for my age, but I ain't no power lifter like Eddie Hall. Like, there's no way that guy could lift 15 of me. He could outlift me in a heartbeat. And I'm sure there's a place for supplements for someone like him. But for the vast majority of just everyday average you, me, people listening, everyday people, you don't need all that crap. Don't compare yourself. That's like comparing yourself to an Instagram model. I'm sure she's a pretty girl in real life, but come on, there's filters, and then even in person, fake boobs, fake tits, fake, what's that, Botox? It's literally botulism. That's what that's short for. Injecting in their face and their neck and their God knows where else they inject it. But all that shit's just fake. Nobody, even powerlifters and bodybuilders, even C-Bum himself, or what's that young kid's name? Just won the Arnold Classic. I know his name. I just can't. Sam Sulek. Even nobody stays in absolute peak, perfect picture perfect cover of Vogue magazine or Muscle Bodybuilder today, nobody stays in that exact peak, prime, perfect 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days for their entire life. Absolutely no one. Everybody takes days off or weeks off. They call it off season. I don't think off season. I mean, I like getting to a point where I just want to see, okay, at this age, let's see if I can get ripped and jacked. Like, to give you an example, right now I'm about 197 pounds. I ran 8 miles today. Actually, I ran 4 and walked 4. I ran 3 miles in this morning without stopping, and then I walked back. I could have run back if I wanted to, but I decided I just enjoy the scenery because it's so pretty. It's warming up a little bit, but it's still chilly. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, but it's melting. The water's going through, and I like watching the water and the ice break off, and it's just so real pretty to me. And then this evening, about an hour, a couple hours before I got on here, I ran up the road for 1 mile, and I walked back. So I did 8 miles today. But anyways, I want to just show myself in my vain fashion. Let's see, how can I do this? Okay, I've got to test something. Wicca, you and Dan are watching. It says when I remove myself that the mic goes off, but it shows my mic on, and I don't know which it is. So I'm about to reduce it and plug for share and like and all that crap. So here it goes. Okay, Wicked gave a bunch of question marks. Did my voice go out for about 30 seconds? I'm assuming it did. These are these one-man band problems. Did not hear your voice. Okay, I don't know why it does that. It says it removes it, but it shows that it's on. I don't know how to show. I've got an idea. Let's try this with me up here. Here's a picture of me and Bucky. Nope, it won't do it. I have to remove myself and then add myself back. Click, 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 click. Well, I don't know why it's doing that. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, it's kind of hard to... I was going to show you the various phases in that last picture I just saw, or I just showed. That was about 1.5 years ago. Well, that just screws everything up because I can't even... It just won't make sense. Oh well, I'll just have to figure out. I'll just have to restart it or reboot or something. I don't know why it's doing that. It never has done that before. I could always show whatever background pictures and just kind of put me off to the side, or I could even take my whole mic off, my whole picture off. Doesn't matter to me. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know, in case any of y'all were wondering, if you think you need to have some kind of supplement, if you think, I'm 80 pounds overweight, or I'm 120 pounds overweight, you don't need to. You need basic protein. Just start with, make your base case your protein. And you'll have to, anybody can Google it. You'll have to look up weights and measurements, and it gets a little confusing, but once you figure it out, it's not that bad. Center your entire diet around your protein intake. You need between 0.5 and 1 gram of protein, meat protein, per pound of desired body weight. And then you can eat other things, carbs, or fats outside of that. I've been saying, and that's another thing, a little correction or caveat I've been saying on here, I eat about 80% meats, cheese, or beef, cheese, and butters. And it depends on weight versus calorie content, because an ounce of steak will only have 77 calories, but an ounce of butter will have, or an ounce of cheese will have, depending on the cheese, about 120 calories. An ounce of butter will have 300 calories. So the same weight, 3 different foods, completely different calorie content, meaning the amount of energy that it stores. But beef is the best way to get, the most concentrated amount of protein. Cheese will have a little bit of protein, but it's got a lot of fat. And fats are good for you, in my opinion. I'm just stating an opinion, YouTube. Please don't shadow ban this anymore than already am. Or delete it. I'm just stating an opinion. Fats don't make you fat. Fats are good. Animal fats are good for you. But if all you eat is butter, which butter is amazing. I love butter. But if all you eat is butter, you're going to get lots of fat, lots of calories, lots of healthy, wonderful stuff, but you have zero protein. You're not going to build any muscle. The best way to lose fat is to build muscle. And you can lose way more fat way quickly, a lot quicker than you can build muscle. Depending on your age, depending on your genetics, depending on your metabolism, you can only gain about 4, maybe 6 pounds of muscle in a year. It takes a long time to really, truly build muscle. But depending on your obesity, you can lose like a bunch, like 5-10 pounds a week, like pretty easy. Now, once you get down to, where your fat content's really low, you just want to tweak it, you can't lose that much. It will slow down. So anyway, just in case anybody was wondering, well, I've got to go buy a 30-day supply of this crap that this influencer is peddling, or else I won't look as sexy as Katie Weber does. You don't have to. I'm telling you, you don't. Stick to the basics. You stick to the basics. I literally eat 15 basic ingredients. That's it. Beef, eggs, cheese, butter, yogurt, bananas, oranges, strawberries, various berries. There's like lots of different berries, whatever you want to get. Avocado, oranges, limes, onions, salt, pepper, coffee, and sauerkraut. Fermented foods are amazing. That's literally all I eat. And you can look up the calorie content and the weight of each one of those. Center your diet around your protein. It's really that simple. If you want to start out eating 0.5 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight, let's say that's all beef and it comes out to 1,100 calories. If you want to stick to 2,000 calories, that means you've got 900 left to eat whatever you want. You can eat anything that I listed. You can even eat junk, but just know that if you eat junk food, it's going to, you got to burn all the sugar. In my opinion, you can eat sugar. There's nothing wrong with it, but you better burn it all. Whatever you eat in a day, you better burn it all before you go to bed. That's just my opinion. In my opinion, and for me, if I eat a bunch of sugar, like right before I go to bed, sometimes I like the sugared yogurt. I know I probably shouldn't, but I like it. Sometimes I eat it, and I'll eat a banana with it, and some strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries with it, and there is sugar in that, and I just don't feel the best if I go to bed with all the sugar. I just feel inflamed and stiff, and if I'm going to eat any of that stuff, or when I eat those things, I go run about an hour or two later. I did not know you streamed. Hello, I changed my name again. Yeah, about 560,000 people who follow me apparently don't know I stream because YouTube won't let anybody know. I have no idea why. Makes sense. I just know this channel from the Parker series. Yes, Parker is my son, but I guess I'm here for the weight loss. All right. Do you need to? I mean, look around. And when I talk about obesity people, I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I do tell fat jokes sometimes, but I tell every kind of joke under the sun about weight, about behavior, about race, about gender, about you name it. I think jokes are funny, but if I'm not here, when I say someone's a fat ass, I used to be a fat ass. I was 221 pounds. I had little bitty pencil arms and I was pathetic. So just know that, just check your feelings at the door. I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm here to make you feel better. I'm not good at very many things. I'm a great field mechanic, or was, but I don't do it anymore. I was an okay parent, I think. At least I showed up. There's things I wished I hadn't have done. I wished I hadn't gotten drunk all those years to cover up my problems. And now that I'm pretty fit for an old guy, I know I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit about nutrition. And Blaney Boo is the one who got me on the right path. So, well, Sienna Price, I haven't seen or heard from you in a long time. How are you? Believe he was big a few years ago. Go look up his video about his boat, and he had a belly. Yeah, I did. That's when Caleb started his health journey. Yep. Yeah, that was the picture I was showing earlier, but for some reason I can't talk and narrate what you're seeing. But I was sober an entire year, and I ballooned up because I wasn't getting my heart rate up every day. And I was on that boat, and it was fun, and I was eating Pringles. Like, I'd load up on... The Pringles are so terrible for you. They taste amazing, but they're just pure starch and whatever chemicals they put in them, and they're just terrible. But there's like 2,000 calories in a sleeve, and I'd eat a sleeve at a time. Loved it, but I grew the belly. It's kind of gross. Topic. I'm never going to get fat. I prefer to stay in good shape. Good. Healthy eating is I eat healthy food, work out at the gym, and drink water every day. Every time. Good. Keep it up. I didn't read all the comments, but I didn't see anybody tell me that they got their heart rate up during the last 48 hours when I was not on here. Looking, I'm scrolling, I'm looking. I'm looking. All right, here's one. I just want to say thank you because I'm almost 10 months sober. GDH 838. Hell yes. Make the alcohol companies go broke and save your liver. 2 weeks away, you'll be 10 months. Hell yeah, man. That's badass. I'm still scrolling back. I haven't, not one of y'all. Unless I missed it, not one of y'all admitted to getting your heart rate up for 15 minutes a day in the last 48 hours. Not a single one of you. Well, Colin did. All right, I'm going to be internet dad, and I'm going to get on your asses, and I'm going to make you feel a little guilty, and I'm going to guilt shame you a little bit. All right, did you? I guess I missed it. I am blind. I did get some. I did finally get some glasses. I got like 2 6-packs of these bad boys. They're those blue light blockers, but they only work for up close. My screen's like 5 feet away. Even though it's a big screen, I might have missed it. All right, Dan, you did? I walked up 14 flights of stairs because the elevator was broken. My heart rate was up, but not that you did it on purpose. All right, well, good. There's like 5 scenes from House for that, where Cuddy's always jacking with him because they're always messing with each other. He'll do something terrible to her, and she'll do something terrible to him, like block the elevator and make him with his gimp leg walk up the elevator. All right, well, I'm glad you did at least get your heart rate up a little bit, but you're gonna have to do better. Intentionally get your heart rate up, even if all you do is go walk. When I first started running back in August, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Holy moly, I'm up to 8 months. Oh, I was gonna tell y'all, guess what yours truly is about to do the next month, maybe 2. I am going to do and enter my very first 10K. I'm gonna do my very first 10K, formal 10K run. I ran more than that today alone, but I've never done it like formally. I'm such a hermit. I've been up here in Wyoming, like just chilling and staying away from people because I take Lord Carlin's philosophy on people, George Carlin. I like people on an individual level, but when they start getting in groups, they start to clot and they become somebody else that they're not because they think that they need to say or act a certain way in order to not offend or not upset or give information to other people around. But anyway, I need to get out a little bit. I need to be a little more social. Whoa! Hold up. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer and the people impacted by a tornado in Bay, Oregon. Val Kilmer died? Oh my gosh. I've always admired that. Is that true? Are you jacking with me? I've always liked him. I watched a documentary he made about himself. He saved all kinds of everything for his entire life, and he had that. I forgot what he had. He had some kind of physical, something with his throat cancer or something. Oh my, that sucks. I was wondering why I saw people posting. I saw more tombstone things popping up today. Val Kilmer died. That is, damn. I don't really like Hollywood people like at all, but he's one of those rare people that. He's one of those rare A-list. Some say he wasn't A-list, but I think he was A-list. But maybe there's a reason he never got like super big. He did The Doors, and then he did Tombstone and Top Gun with Tom Cruise. But after that, he kind of faded. He was in Willow, but he just kind of faded out. I don't know if it was. Maybe he didn't kiss the ring like he was supposed to, like all the other screwballs that get really big. Yes, Val Kilmer passed away yesterday. That sucks. That really sucks. I had no idea. I'm banned on Facebook. They'll let me get on. I'm banned for 30 days for posting a joke about, well, I probably better not say it. I might get banned here too. But I posted a joke. Anyway, that's usually where I find out stuff like that. But since they banned me, they want me to look and read their ads and watch my friends or whatever. But I refuse. I will not get on Facebook until they unban me. I'm not going to look at their ads. They're not going to sell me shit. I'm not messing with you. It's posted all over social media. He died from pneumonia. He was cured from his throat cancer. Oh, okay, was he? Yeah, I just saw a self-made documentary he made about himself and all the memorabilia. A friend of mine, I did get on Facebook to check something, and she posted that, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently, again, I have no idea if this is true or not. Apparently, when stars make big epic movies together, it's customary at the end they buy each other gifts. Kurt Russell apparently bought Val Kilmer a burial plot there in Tombstone, Arizona. For those that don't know, that is a real town. And in return, if I read it correctly and I remember correctly, Val Kilmer bought an acre of land up on the hilltop there and gifted it to Kurt Russell. And there's some kind of, I don't know, brotherhood bond that they made over it. I'm not really sure, but it was only 65. Man, that guy was top shit in Top Gun. He was Iceman. I don't know how many of you young kids even know about the old stuff he was in. But he was back in the late 80s and early 90s. He got really, really big, and then you didn't hear from him like hardly at all in the last 20-something years. Yeah, that was a great scene. Oh wait, it jumped on me. Yep. I could say some other decorative words, but it'd probably get me banned on here. Just so you know, Hurricane Girl, in real life, I've got a severe potty mouth, even when I'm really happy. If you get me and Parker and Blaine and Hayden all in a room together, oh, we cuss like sailors. It keeps jumping. That's what I want to get in there. Great Balls of Fire was an outstanding scene in the Jerry Lee Lewis song, Great Balls of Fire, when they're singing, he's playing the piano, and what's her name? What's his wife's name? Meg? I don't even know what happened to her. Meg Ryan, I think that was her name. You can be my wingman anytime.
Bullshit. You can be mine. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
That old fart. I'm 17 and I know Iceman, but nothing else. Okay, well, you can look up Willow. That was a good one he was in. You can look up The Doors. I saw The Doors when I was in high school, so I don't know. Maybe it was good. I couldn't tell you, but it was a pretty big show. But his main thing, he was known as Doc Holliday from Tombstone, and I'm of that generation, Gen Xer. Not all of us, but there's a big. I'm in a high school group with a bunch of my high school friends, and every now and then somebody will post something from there, just a random ass quote, any quote. There's like 100 or 500 one-liners from Tombstone, and somebody will start and they'll say, and they won't even say Tombstone, we just know what it is, and then the next person will comment the next line, the next person will comment the next line, we know it. I know almost the entire movie by heart. It was that good of a show. I wasn't going to turn this into Val Kilmer Remembrance, but I think I will. I was about to get off because I just wanted to tell y'all, just in case y'all are wondering about the supplements, you don't have to have that crap. I know him from The Prince of Egypt. Never heard of it. I had no idea. See, this young kid was in. Y'all know about it. I mean, shit, I don't know. If it came out after, I will say this: if Val Kilmer made anything after 1990, say 7 or 8, there is a blank in my head in pop culture from about when I got married the first time in 1997 until after I got divorced in 07. There's a big void of I don't know jack. I know a little bit, but compared to what I remember from the 90s and particularly what I remember over, since I've been sober, there's a big foggy area. While I was there, I was effing miserable. Didn't she die almost a decade ago? Meg Ryan? I don't know. I can ask Siri. Let me ask Siri. Hey Siri. Is Meg Ryan, the actress, still alive? Hey Siri. How old is the actress Meg Ryan?
Meg Ryan is 63 years old.
Okay, well, thank you, Siri. Siri says she's 63. I can only assume she's still alive, so I don't know. Thank you, Siri. Yep, he voiced Moses and God. Huh, I didn't know that. I cursed too, but I didn't want to say what I was feeling about Facebook jail. I got a 24-hour ban for calling someone a troll. Yep. I wished I could say I don't like politicians, like any of them, including the current Prezi. I didn't like the last one. This one's a little better. He's in some things, but some of the shit he does, it just pisses me off. And I just posted it was like a shadow cutout, and it got me 30 days. Prince of Egypt was 1998. That explains it. I got married the first time in July of 1997 and remarried to her stupidly in July 1998. So that would explain why I didn't see it. I confused Brittany Murphy with Meg Ryan. Okay, yeah. I didn't know her, but I know I just saw something where she died 8 or 10 years ago. I just know the name. I don't know anything about her. My second favorite animated film of all time after The Lion King. You are such a girl. Yeah, Meg Ryan's still alive. I'm an atheist, or if an atheist likes a Christian film, you did something good. Oh, okay, I'm not quite following you there. You're the atheist and somebody made a Christian film? Hey, some of the atheists are some of the most hilarious people and some of the coolest, most gritty people I know. That being said, Hugh Laurie is my favorite. He's an atheist. He's been an atheist pretty much his whole life. His character is Dr. House. The character House was an atheist. Favorite show of all time. Favorite TV shows, Dr. House or House M.D. Okay, you're the atheist and you love The Prince of Egypt. It's about the story modes. Okay. Hell, in remembrance of Val Kilmer, I'll look that up. I'll do that for him. That still just really sucks that Val Kilmer died. That's an end of an era. I watch it every day. Almost every single day. It's on Amazon Prime if you've got Prime. I own the box set, so just in case the internet goes down and we have the zombie apocalypse and our phones don't work and anything on the internet's down, I've got a spare backup DVD player, and the whole box set of House. So the world can burn, and I'll still be watching House. I don't use Facebook anymore because of all the heated debates and arguments over everything. It was only making me angry, so I decided to quit. I don't blame you. I may quit. I periodically just disable my Facebook anyways because I get the same way. It's just, I think it's poison. It's all poison. Arguably, maybe doing this is poison, but at least for the most part, I know like Wicca and Dan and a few others, Maslin, they've been around for a long, long time, and I'm pretty sure they're real people, even though I've never met them in real life. I watched Top Gun last night after I saw that Val Kilmer passed away. Yeah, that's good for you. That's damn Val Kilmer. It's like there'll never be another Val Kilmer movie now. Just knowing that just kind of sucks. I love that British man. His bestie Wilson was crazy to keep House as a friend, but for that ending. Yeah, the writers of House, David Shore, and there's several, he's the creator, they really captured the essence of a really troubled, brilliant man who has seemingly no heart. All he cares about is the puzzle, but he always winds up curing the people, and Wilson's always busting his balls for being so heartless, but even in the end, at the very end, they ride off on the motorcycle and faking his death, and all that really ultimately matters to him is he wants to keep Wilson around because it's his only friend. He insults him and plays with him, pulls pranks, and to me they got a great friendship. That was an excellent, yes. I like the episode with the Canadian veteran getting his arms back. He didn't get his arms back. He used the mirror method, and the pain that he was feeling of his missing right arm being clenched his entire adult life, and he got it blown off in the war. And yeah, that was really, really good. That one almost brings a tear to my eye because that guy's such an ass, but you kind of see why he's an ass. People when they got chronic pain, they kind of turn into grouchy assholes, and I can relate. There was a long time, when I was a bitter, angry dick, when they stole Parker and jailed me and then jailed Blaine. I mean, it took all I had to just kind of stay on the up and up, and I was drinking, and I see why he would be so angry, because he's just got chronic pain. He probably wouldn't even care if someone, if he yelled at him and they beat him up and offed him because he's tired of the pain. But then House, pushing the limits, after being warned by Wilson, kept pushing the limits. And he didn't do it because he cared about the guy whatsoever. He did it because it was a puzzle, and he loves puzzles. Need a binge House now. Oh man, if y'all want to watch House and discuss House, I'm sure there's people that know more about House than I do, but not very many. I can't remember the name of every single episode necessarily, or the director, but I know a lot about. I just love it. Love it. Owen Wilson. I don't know. I mean, what about him? I can't watch the episode of 13 train wrecking before she dies. No, that wasn't 13. That was Amber. Amber died because of the trash truck. That was season 4. That was the closing. That was the last episode of season 4. It's called Wilson's Heart. I do remember that because the previous episode is called House's Head. And then it was Wilson's heart. That's where Amber died. I guess she technically died in House's head, and then it continued over into Wilson's heart because Wilson was just heartbroken. Yep, that's how you get his attention. Bring him a disease no one can figure out, and House is happy as a kid on Christmas trying to figure it out. Yep, he likes puzzles. That guy's probably the most witty person. I bet you he probably wrote a lot of that himself. I bet you he improvised a lot of his smart-ass remarks, especially when he's getting on to either, what does he call Foreman? Black Polian? When Foreman became Cuddy for like a week or something, because House did something stupid that got his license, or I think it was like a month. I work with someone who has to wear a badge with a note card on it explaining her unfriendly disposition due to constant migraines. Huh. Really? Oh, wow. I wonder about that. I see people complaining about headaches all the time, and I never get headaches. I used to, but I don't anymore, and I have a feeling it's probably like a poison that a lot of people, whether it's pills or some other environmental, or breathing the air or the water. I was asking if you meant Owen Wilson as Val's bestie. I have no idea who Val Kilmer's bestie was. Earlier I was talking about Kurt Russell, just because they were in the movie together. Need to watch House. I haven't ever seen it. Oh my goodness, Hurricane Girl, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. You're killing me. If you like sarcasm and drama and sarcasm and really well-written plots of a man who is so angry and brilliant, and he insults absolutely everyone, especially his patients, you'll love House. Never seen House, but I might try to watch it. Try it, man. I could talk about House all day long. It's just my go-to. When I get done here, I promise you, this is what I'm grabbing. Got this big old bag of popcorn. I've got like 6 of them because it's made with coconut oil, and I like coconut oil because it's healthier. And I periodically, not always, I pig out and watch House because there's really nothing else to do. And I'm banned on Facebook. I'm not going to support them by watching it. So when I get off here, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go watch House like I always do. I just started season 7. I've seen all 177 episodes dozens of times. Okay, House was always up to something. Hands down, the best revenge he got was when he flooded 2 floors of the bathroom. Cuddy was pissed. Yeah, that was season 8, I think. Yeah, he's threatened to get arrested. They threatened to arrest him for, I don't know, it's probably been a year since it takes me, 177 episodes, they're hour long. It takes a while to watch them all. That's a good, see, I like getting stumped because now I'm going to have to make sure I go back and watch it. Yep, missing out. It's good stuff. Sounds like I've been saying, yep. I highly encourage it. Again, just go on Amazon Prime, and that's probably what I watch 90% of the time. I keep my Prime video subscription just so I can watch House. I watch a few other things, but mostly House. Yeah, that's the crux around it. He's a grumpy old British man who's addicted to pain medication. He's addicted to Vicodin, like mega doses of Vicodin. sense of humor, but so damn smart and talented that it is specialty for diseases. Yeah, his specialty is infectious diseases. And apparently, there's no such thing as a department of or whatever he is. They just made that up for the show. But yeah, the only reason Cuddy keeps him around is because he's so good. Not that she does love him. She likes him. But she wasn't even in, Cuddy wasn't even in season 8. And I've never really found out why. Because at the end of season 7, when he crashes his car through her house, in the storyline, that was it. She's had it with him and his antics. But I think I've heard, but I don't know for sure, there was some kind of rumor in real life. The actress's name is Lisa Edelstein. Her character is Lisa Cuddy. But Lisa Edelstein in real life, I've heard, got cross with somebody. I'm not sure, maybe the show producers. I don't remember. But at the very end, when House is in the fire, all the people from his past, Kuttner comes back, 13 comes back, Cameron comes back, all the people from the past, Amber came back, but if I'm not mistaken, again, I'll have to rewatch, I don't think Lisa Edelstein, the actress, came back as Cuddy. And I can only assume it's because she got cross with somebody. She got pissed, but I could be totally wrong. If you know, if you're out there watching this, let me know, because I really want that. I need this daytime soap opera crap to fill my day. But you got Cuddy always yelling at House and his assistants, ranking each other and Wilson and House. Yeah, she wasn't as much of a yeller. Well, I guess if she really gets pissed, normally she just takes his crap, and she's usually got pretty good comebacks, but nobody out sarcasms House. Looks at people and almost immediately knows what is wrong with the person. Well, he's also wrong a lot. He admits it, though. He knows he's wrong a lot. And he gets mad when his team goes along and agrees with him. Yells at him they want him to challenge him. And if he hires a doctor that just tells him what he already knows, he fires him. He wants them to get in his face with a logical. He's actually a really good boss, in my opinion, because a lot of male bosses, they'll hire women doctors simply because they're pretty. And even though 13 was pretty, he did not give a crap about her looks because he's not swayed by it. On the other hand, Chase was notoriously chasing all the nurses and the hot doctors, and I just watched the episode in season 7 where he hired this chick she's only in there 1 episode, or maybe she's in there 2 episodes, and she was like smoking hot, and then House and Foreman are busting his balls over it. But the reason House doesn't give a crap, he loves beautiful women. He's always hiring strippers. He's open about hookers, but you don't get, in other words, he can't be swayed by titties flopping in his face. He didn't give a crap because that pales in comparison to his insatiable desire to solve the puzzle. Or it drove him crazy if he couldn't figure out what was wrong with them. That's when he would show up and they're beside and stare at them. He would try and figure out what's wrong with them. Yeah, you remember when his I don't know if it's his stepdad or his, I don't want to ruin it for people who hadn't seen it, but there's a mix-up between his real dad and the guy that raised him. And at the funeral, he's pretending to be sorrowful at his father's funeral, and he takes the DNA clip of his ear. And fucking Wilson goes up there. Put it back, House. Put it back. He goes, do you really You want to make a scene? Because I'll make a scene. I almost pissed myself when I saw that. Please do, Hurricane Girl. And don't judge the very first episode. I mean, it's okay, but it just kind of, it wasn't nearly as good. They didn't have the budget. They don't even know if this was going to be a real thing. And keep in mind, this guy's British, but in the movie, in the show, Hugh Laurie, he's like, in real life, like British. But he plays an American accent. And you can't even tell. Like, the first few years I watched this, like many, it came out in 2004, the first season. And I didn't watch it when it first came out, but later on I started watching it. I had no idea he's British. He's that good. Anyway, but the first episode, it's good, but by the end of the first season, and definitely the second season, they really developed the characters, particularly House. That's why Chase was a perfect assistant, because he always challenged House, but House took him for granted. Well, yeah, I guess. But Chase was good. He just had to have but House just knew he had to bust his balls. Like when he'd get with Cameron, he'd always want to make sure he's on his game. And that's dark. Yeah, House doesn't give a shit. He will do anything and everything. He will break every kind of rule, laws. He won't kill anybody, but outside of that, he'll manipulate, he'll intimidate, he'll steal, he'll lie, he'll do anything to be the best and solve the puzzle. What is wrong with this patient? In this case, when he clipped the ear of his dad, he suspected he wasn't his dad. Wilson told him he's full of crap, so there's no way you could have known that at age 6 years old. Come to find out, House knew, but he didn't have proof. That's why he took the ear clipping to run the DNA with him, across it with himself to find out if his mom was shagging someone else. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what season that was when House's dad died. I think it was season 5, because Amber died at the end of season 4. Wilson went on leave. He realized that he didn't want to come back to Princeton, Plainsboro. But then House's dad died, and he wasn't going to go to the funeral. And Cuddy called Wilson and told him what's going on. And Wilson, being the nice guy he said, the only reason I'm here is for your mother, and that is it. So he forced him, he tricked him. In fact, he drugged him. He drugged House and tricked him and forced him to go to his own father. And the whole trip down is hilarious. Getting pulled over by the cops. House is mouthing off to the cops saying, he's a fugitive from justice. You need to arrest this man, because he wanted Wilson to get arrested so that he couldn't make sure he didn't take him to his dad's funeral. I hope I'm not ruining it for those that haven't seen it, but oh my God, it's hilarious. And in all fairness, the last season came out like 2011, so you're late. And there's 177 episodes anyway. More than likely, you won't remember anything I said, but you just remember me ranting and raving about how funny it is. So I'm not really ruining it for anybody, I don't think. All right, kids, we're getting 59 minutes, and my eyeballs are floating. I did pee right before I got in, and I guess I drank more water than I thought, because I ran so many miles, and that's why I'm sexy as shit. Oh my goodness, we got a German in the house, Katie Joe. Hello, Katie Joe. It must be, 4 a.m. there or something? I hate that I have to cut it short, but my eyeballs is floating. But I'll be back live either tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to guess, on average, I'm going to shoot for 2 to 3, 4 times a week. I just can't do it 6 days a week. I can't do it every day. So, 6 a.m. in Germany. That was close. Caleb is too sexy for his shirt. Remember that song? I do. I am that old. I'm too sexy for the shirt. So sexy it hurts. All right. I'll see y'all either tomorrow or the next day. Please go check out House. If I have to turn this whole podcast into just talking House, I'll be more than happy to. Because what I really can't wait for is loads and loads and loads of people who know House better than do I to fill in the gaps of the parts that I missed or I'm not so or that I'm missing. So yeah, y'all go see House, and I will see y'all in a day or two. Get your butts busy. Minimum. That's just the minimum. 15 minutes a day. Get your protein up. Stay within your macros. You don't need a bunch of supplements, and we'll talk some House. Seriously, I'm not kidding. If I had a bunch of House people on here and y'all want to talk House, I will make this entire thing, this whole thing. I won't talk about family court and weightlifting, none of that crap. If y'all want to make it about House, that's something I am good at. I can talk House. So anyway, y'all take care. Bye.